Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. My name is Josh Lilquist, and boy, we've been talking a lot about different income strategies in the market, and just how people are looking for another source of cash, and the market just might be that opportunity. There's strategies for that. We talked about the 24-hour markets in the last segment, futures and forex. People getting out of crypto is what we're potentially going to see because of the FTX debacle. So there's opportunities with multiple assets using leverage, but also being able to trade and invest any time of day, in the mornings, afternoons, evenings, because those two markets, futures and forex, are open roughly 24 hours a day. And if you did miss tickets for 2 seats at the investing class to be introduced to a lot of these techniques and concepts, you can text the word investing to the number 210-210, and that's for 2 seats for this investing class at our local academies here. So if you're listening to the show, we have an academy right near you. Text the word investing to the number 210-210 right now. So, Al, we were talking about in that last segment, as I mentioned, about income strategies, but also during those retirement years. Because as we know, retirees are just struggling to retire. I guess that's kind of an odd way to say that. But retirees are struggling to stay retired.
That makes more sense.
That makes more sense. But I think our listeners know where I'm going with that. So, because people don't have enough to retire. Their 401ks aren't doing it for them. Their IRAs aren't doing it for them. And it's a lot of times because it's being managed by a stranger. Mm-hmm. It's being managed by somebody that doesn't know their goals, doesn't know their objectives, and they're just selling them funds. And that MF word that we'd like to, it's almost a swear word in the financial markets. They're being sold mutual funds. Tons of fees that come along with them, and they underperform the market. I believe the stat is about 90% of them actually underperform the markets. So there's a disconnect there. So you help a lot of people here at the Academy kind of structure different strategic plans, we'll say, or a vision on trading strategies during those retirement years if you don't have enough, so income strategies, but also being able to protect and grow those type of strategies for those retirement accounts. Let's talk about some of that, especially in an IRA.
Well, we talk about a retirement crisis. You just kind of brought it up again. It just got worse this year because of inflation. A lot of people that thought they were okay and they could go into retirement or remain in retirement, all of a sudden realize after having a 25 to 30% hit on their retirement savings, things have changed. So how do you not become part of that crisis? Well, you mentioned a couple of the things. There are 3 things that are really critical. One is to protect the assets that you have. If you've worked, a career, 30, 40 years, you're getting ready to retire, or if you're in retirement, you cannot let that money be taken away from you that you have worked so hard for. So protection is the number one goal. And number 2 is generating income. When you leave your job, your career, and the income from that job is gone, how do you transition to an income in retirement? Are you just drawing money out of your retirement accounts, which just dwindles that pile down quicker, or are you using what you have as an income generating machine, so to speak? We show you how to generate income off of the markets, even if you don't own
the strategies
assets
that are designed for that.
Exactly. And those are the strategies that aren't necessarily being taught to you. Even with the Wall Street pundits that we see, the advice that they're giving you isn't to learn these strategies. It's to use kind of the old go-to, just do dividend-paying stocks, just go into bonds. And those have been underperforming the market. What if you could have a dividend portfolio but increase the dividends? There are assets you can use that will allow you to do that. There are assets that you can use that will allow you to potentially benefit off of the stock market without even owning a stock. But generating income is key. I think that is the most important component of your financial life. The way you generate income is different than the way most people invest, which is more long-term. When you're in retirement or you're close to retirement, you're not looking at a long-term portfolio that you have to hold on to for 20 or 30 years. You need to replace your job income with something that you have flowing into your accounts on a short-term basis. Generating income is huge. And then growing your portfolio, instead of depleting it, instead of just taking required minimum distributions, why not use assets that will help you to grow that portfolio? And the assets that you are probably going to use that will really be a benefit to you are the same things that you're going to be using for income. It's the futures market, the foreign exchange market, the options market, correctly using the stock market. But in order to be able to do those things, protect your assets, generate income, grow your portfolios, you need to take control of your assets. Who's in control of them now? And is that somebody other than you? Are they going to take responsibility for what you have in retirement and what you keep in retirement? Are they going to make up the difference?
That's a good question.
Are you the only client that they have? Mm-hmm. More than likely, that's not the case. So taking control of your assets becomes very important. Having the right education, the right knowledge, and the right skills to do that is what we do. We show you how to do that. And to be honest with you, most of you right now are already managing your 401ks, your 403bs. You're making the choices, and you're paying somebody a fee to do that. There are ways of eliminating those fees. There's ways of having more choices in your retirement accounts. There's ways of being able to benefit in an up market, a down market, a sideways market, with protection and growing income.
So those are some great topics you kind of brought up there. I mean, the dividend, portfolio, what people think is a good thing. If you get some of the top dividend paying stocks aren't paying that much.
Right.
And if you think about it, I actually saw it was a breakdown. I'd have to find it and see exactly how it was, but the breakdown was if you put like $5,000 in the top 10 dividend paying stocks, and that's $50,000. I believe the return was only like $2,500 in a year, or something that it's such a low return, which is very low percentage, which doesn't even keep up with inflation.
Well, that's the point. Most of those dividend stocks, you're really underwater when you look at the impact of inflation.
Yeah, and then when the price goes down, if you're in those stocks, that money is gone as well. So it's a double hit. So that's why having strategies to use during retirement years, but also before retirement, having the opportunity to have enough at that time. If you want to see those techniques and strategies, come to these investing classes by texting the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210. So you mentioned, people want more control of their money because they're not controlling it now. They may manage it, but it's still in the hands of a stranger. Think about it as your retirement account of sitting outside on your curb. At risk to a robber, a burglar is what they like to say. So different ways to do that. You need to learn these different strategies, but people just don't have enough, Al. So in about 1 minute, Al, what do you do to help people that don't have enough to retire? How do you start a plan for that to have the opportunity to be able to retire comfortably?
Right. Well, what is retirement to you? What do you want to do when you retire? What do you want your life to be like? And that's the first thing that you need to do is identify that, and then identify the right assets and the right strategies to help you reach the point where you can do that. It's the rate of return that you need to be able to live the lifestyle that you want. Are you going to be able to do that with mutual funds or with a dividend or fixed income portfolio? Maybe not. And if you're not, if that's the returns you're getting are not enough to get you to the lifestyle that you want, would it not be worth your while to just spend a little bit of time learning how to potentially reach that goal with the right assets that we teach you how to use? It all gets down to knowledge. It's knowledge and the skills to use the knowledge, which is exactly what we do. If you want to learn about the stock market, if you want to learn about the futures market, the options market, the foreign exchange market, you don't have to go to different sources or different locations to get that information because it's all available at the Online Trading Academy. We have instructors that are pros that basically trade all of these different assets. Many of them did that professionally, maybe on the Florida Chicago Board of Options or the Chicago Mercantile Exchange trading futures. These are the people that you want to learn from, people that have proven that they're successful, and they also have gone through the negatives, the things that you don't want to experience. The best way to get successful is just follow somebody that's already successful. Learn from them. That's what we do. We provide those people for you to benefit from their experience.
I'm glad you brought that word up, successful. What does that actually mean? And that's different for everybody. Some people, it's monetary. That's success to them. Some people, it's lifestyle choices. And that's what's the great thing about, kind of what we do here at Online Trading Academy is have a plan specific for everybody. Money's not everything to everybody, but it is for some. But their choices that they can make, that is what I feel is the most important thing. So no matter what success looks like to you, find out what that is, and then have a plan and strive for that plan. And then it starts with a little bit of action. You might need to do things a little bit differently. You look at the billionaires of the world, they do things totally different than people that are not. And that's the key, is by doing things a little differently, but you got to come outside your comfort zone sometimes. We have investing classes to introduce you to these topics so you can see what is available, what are the opportunities, and how do you do that moving forward. Text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats for an investing class. Also, you're going to receive a financial quick start kit just by getting set up. And there's topics on how to get started right away. Text investing to the number 210-210. Coming up next out, let's talk about those choices, those lifestyle choices that people are looking for, and why people are flocking to the Online Trading Academy to have more opportunity. This is Josh and Al. We'll be right back.